Alright. This video is purely so I can just vent about my personal issues. I don't expect anyone to really take me seriously whatsoever. I just want to talk about this. Comment section is open, so if you want to talk about how retarded I'm acting, then feel free to do so. Just don't ask to be my friend because, I don't want my account hijacked. Either way. I think it's safe to say that I have some form of... I have a problem where I'm gonna go with this channel. I'm assuming I've mostly been seen as one of those FNAF YouTubers that plays fan games and nothing much else. That's because all my past videos have more views than anything else I put on this channel, or even something I put actual effort into. Well, as much as you want to call talking over something that was made in 2016 effort. But I mean, to each their own, I guess. And with that, there was one thing I wanted to do with TGS, which was, I don't know why, but I really actually do this with almost everything I do. I want to put some form of story, some form of overarching story and depth into it, so we're not really just reusing the traditional let's play thing. And no doubt about it, the largest thing about TGS was gonna be when we got to the blue blur, and I'm gonna say this probably Sonic is gonna be the main topic of this video moving forward, as it's the most, it's what I've used most, I guess I want to say. It's inspiration to move forward. Like take a base concept, something like that. I don't know. If you can't tell, I don't have any form of script, so I will easily screw up and just kill me. It's that simple, I tell you. You know, Sonic was a franchise that I'm sure a good number of us has grown up with, definitely. But my problem is that I've kind of counteractively sealed myself from much of anything else. I mean, not really, unless I really force myself, because I guess you could say I'm one of those people that doesn't really want to go into new things, which is, I don't know. But at the same time, it kind of doesn't make sense, because Pokemon was, it was hopping to 3D back in 2015, and sometime in there I found Brick Bronze, and it was already at its 4th gym development. And I was able to hop on that game quite easily, so I don't necessarily really know why it's just some franchises. I don't know, I think it's just some self-lacking abilities that I have, and I always I always put myself in the worst situation possible. I don't know why, but I do that, at least for an emotional standpoint. And I say good luck, and I try to work myself out of that ditch. Meanwhile, trying to crawl so fast that I'm actually digging myself a even deeper hole. Oh man, I have a feeling we just derailed this in a matter of seconds. Good God. Either way. Well, I mean, this more so isn't supposed to be structured anyway. This is just me venting over a bit of things I just want to get off my chest. You know, speaking of getting off my chest, get off my okay, no, I'm kidding. God. I don't know how public I've been with my hatred towards Finance World, and I know a lot of people have come from those videos I put up when I still had Bandicam. I've improved. I've tried to push myself further than what I was just booting up a 10-minute video. Please, just spare me here. And it's weird, cause you know, you want that big breakout moment, but at the same time, I want to do this for fun. I don't want I don't know how I should say it. I don't want a form of an ego. And I guess that's mostly why I put myself in that ditch, is that I don't want to jack myself off and come off as the biggest jackass you've ever met. That's how I feel personally. So I continue to put myself into that hole. And what I don't get is that I can speak this and I can release it to a wide web, but I can't speak to those right in front of me, in front of my face, in a time where we all really need to be there for each other because of the bat soup virus. Alright. I think I've strayed off a bit too much. Now back to Sonic. I feel like 2020 and like late 2019 to 2020, you'll have probably the most you've heard from Sonic fans. And that's with good reason too, because I mean the movie was great. The movie was a success. However you want to look at it, go for it. I find it as, you know, it's pretty good. Like, I'm feeling a solid 8. Could have done better without the floss, you know. But it seems as of late you can really see the passion in this community. And I feel it more now rather than Mania. Mania was made by fans for fans. That, I mean, truthfully, you can't get any more God damn, what was the word I was just using? Ah! My brain does not work. Ah, kill me. You don't get much... You can't get more passionate about a franchise than that. But, truthfully, it was mostly nostalgia pandering. I'm sure that's a word many people have called mania. I'm not saying that's a bad thing necessarily. Well, I mean, I guess I kinda am. But, you know, it's basically what you've heard from everyone else. Too much nostalgia, too much Green Hill. I mean, technically, in 2017, we got Green Hill a total of 10 times. 9 enforces. And once... Well, no, in that case, we got it 11 times in 2017. Gotta love that Green Hill. Am I right, Seged? Why don't we make a whole game that's just like a free roam Green Hill? Better yet, let's pull a Nintendo DMCA Sonic Utopia and take his idea and use it for ourselves. I don't know, man. I don't know. But what I'm saying about passion is, you know, all the stuff as of recently, which, you know, even right here, understanding the music of Sonic by Liam Triforce, you know, you can tell someone had to look through a lot there, and then stuff by the Game Apologist and people like that. Even the S. Marone show. Just anyone. There's JebTube even, which was honestly, how do I want to say it? I don't know how I want to say it, but you know, he mostly covered the adventure games. And yeah, I've thought about this a little bit. I've thought a little back and forth with this. Is just like, ever since Sonic Adventure 2, technically isn't every game Sonic Adventure 3, 4, 5, etc. They're just not under the name. And I know some people will be like, but Unleashed is an adventure title. It has the boost. To that I say, okay, a gameplay mechanic cancels out the... I mean, truthfully, I can't care. Ugh, I know I'm not saying this how I want it to come out. Oh, God. I guess what I'm saying is, we don't need an Adventure 3, we just need a good Sonic game. Insert something about the Sonic cycle here or something, I guess. Because, I mean, they're more or less proving it at this point. And honestly, I've heard a lot, I've seen a lot, I've been in this community for a good while now. Izuka, the man's been here since 3 and Knuckles. But let's face it, he doesn't give a fuck. He really doesn't anymore. I mean, especially with any form of plot. And that's one thing that I've had my mind on for, like, the past few weeks as of now. Is just like, how would the plot of this Blue Porcupine's games work? I mean, Sonic 1 is the origin spot. And you know how I wanted to do TGS was have it go through the canon history of every Sonic game. But obviously that would be impossible. Heck, Clement, you know, the guy who back in 2010 said he would play through every game. 10 years later he's finished. And he didn't cover every game. I mean, where's my love for Sonic Eraser? Where's my love for Sonic Eraser? Come on, dude. By the way, not to mention he cucked us for a 06. He cucked us for an 06 playthrough. Instead he just like reviewed over it. I mean, come on, you chicken. You're not a true man unless you beat 06 100%. No wonder we're all still virgins. True Chads. True Chads beat a pile of trash. I guess that just means Gerard is the only true one then. But anyway, I am going so far off. But ever since that, it's just something that I've had my mind on. Like, what is the canon story? And they say they have, like, this Sonic Bible that has, like, everything, the whole story in it. We would really need that released, I'm not gonna lie to you, Chief. We just need it. For those who actually care about it, because there are people who care. I mean, I'm obviously one of them. I'm probably not a good example because I'm a freaking retard, but you know what? You be you. Ah, god dang it. I really want to see this franchise go in a really great way. You know, and I've thought about it. I'm sure a few others may have thought about it, but it feels like we're at the point where we have to start asking ourselves, when will the Sonic franchise come to a close? When will Sega just stop? And you know, sometimes it's felt close. It's felt really close. 06 may have been it for a lot of people. Many people thought so, but thankfully the best game that was ever made came out and made up for that. Don't at me about that. But after Forces, we seem to be heading into a mediocrity form of zone. And that's not just for... I'm mostly talking about the franchise as a whole, not even really just the games. Because, I mean, even the IDW comics, we're still stuck on this zombie arc. And it's a mess. Flynn is just repeating his formula that he did with at the tail end of Archie, and it's becoming soulless. And insert subtle reference here to soulless. I don't know. I mean, I know I probably sound like complete whack right now because, truthfully, I only got like 2 hours of sleep last night, but at the same time I feel wide awake and I'm regretting every second of not getting to sleep. I just can't get to sleep. Truthfully. Anyway, I guess hopping back onto the fandom, and recently I announced My Metal Counterpart 2. That dub would be coming out soon, but truthfully, as for today, I have no intentions on. In fact, what I did have, which wasn't very much, I'm gonna redo it. It's not good. I feel like it won't really be good until we get to issue 3, but at the same time, I don't want to just put it out there as a bland, boring, and stale form of comic. You know what I could do? You know what? For those who've watched up to this point, I'm gonna let you vote, cause if this is gonna be the case, then I'm gonna take down issue 1. Cause good lord, that had many problems. And me and the entire voice acting team, it's safe to say it was an embarrassment. It was completely an embarrassment. I did not do them justice whatsoever, and I feel really guilty for that, truth be told. So I'm gonna let you all decide. Should I skip issue 1 and 2, technically, to hop on to issue 3, and then call it until the journal arc, starts kicking off? Cause I'm really starting to feel like I'm gonna just do that. We already have some voice lines for issue 2 done. And I started editing it and it was just like, no. Excuse me. I don't think I can do this much of anymore. You know, the fandom is one of the most passionate, and that's what I mostly like about this community, but at the same time, it's what emotionally degrades me, I want to say. Emotionally drains me, I guess. Cause, truthfully, well, cause I see all of this great stuff. It's absolutely wonderful. It's amazing. You see Wrath of Nazo, you see all this cool fan art, you see official, you see all of this stuff, and you're like, wow, why am I trying? Why should I try? I don't know if it's just like, oh, I am in a depressed state. It's one of those phases, you know? But I feel like absolute crap when I work on my story. I feel like I could do so much more. Character designs, color schemes, everything. I feel like I can do so much more with it. But I just don't know how to. I'm incompetent. And I have so many stuff I want to do. I just want to make fan games. But I truthfully don't know. And at this point, I really don't care to learn an engine as of now. I originally wanted to make it 3D. I truly did. But now I'm more so aiming towards an advanced or a rush style game is what I wanted to make. I've always had plans to do Sonic fan game, a Pokemon fan game, a FNAF fan game. I have all of this stuff, and I think I'm dogpiling it all so much for me that I think I'm just at this point I'm at the breaking point of trying anymore. And TGS, the cancellation of that was definitely where most of the cracks, everything started to kind of fall through. I wanted 2020 for me to better myself. It's something I wanted to do. But I think I'm so incompetent of being a human being that I really can't anymore. And at the same time of wanting to start anew, it's so daunting to say, forget who I was before. This is who I am now. It is for me, and I have no idea why. I'm making it harder than it should be. And truthfully, I have a lot of problems. But I don't know if I'll be able to fix those problems. I guess I just have so many past memories tied to stuff around me that I'll never really get myself out of this grave that I've dug myself into. It's like I'll see everything and I'm just like, oh god, I remember when I did this and oh god, I want to die. That sort of thing. I mean, I'm not too sure what to say on the matter anymore. I don't want to be what I'm mostly perceived to be, I guess. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I guess what I'm saying is I don't want to be what I perceive myself to be. I don't want to be who I probably really am. And that's probably why so many of my stuff falls flat, because I know everything behind the scenes, so it looks absolutely perfect. Oh, everything ties in so well. Everything looks so great. But to an outsider, it's just like, holy crap, you suck. And with the fact that I'll agree to stuff like that, because, I mean, truthfully, I'll do it right now. I'll do it right now. Truthfully, in my opinion, I am the worst human being on this planet. I'm not gonna lie to you, Chief. Why are we still here? Just to suffer? You know. Oh, Lord. But hopefully, once we get out of the Wuhan bat soup epidemic, hopefully, because by now I've realized I don't need a year to pass to say I can finally stop and start anew. I can do that any day. I don't know why I think this way. It just feels that way to me. And it's about time I stop. Anyway, you just listened to a random guy on the internet rant for 30 minutes. But this has to be the best 30 minutes of my life so far. This has to be the best 30 minutes that I've had in 2020 so far. Cause even though I don't feel like this huge weight has been lifted off of my chest, off my shoulders, it still feels like I can loosen up now. I can rest easy. A little bit, at least. So, moving forward. I really don't know what I'm going to do with this channel. I really don't. I mean, obviously, I'm going to have the comic dub up. That's something that I'm avidly pushing for. And it's something I really always wanted to do. So I'm going to push on through for that. I'm going to fight myself for that. Hopefully I won't put up too much of a challenge for myself so I can accept that. Yeah, but that's not all I want to do for this channel, so I really don't know. I'm really hoping that I can move on to what I have now, from what I have now. I mean, here's what I have planned-ish. I was originally going to do a big return in the form of a Heroes playthrough, because I wanted to play through Heroes, because I just wanted to have fun with it. However, my stupidity and lack of willpower to power through the game made me stop at Lost Jungle, I think it was. Either way, it's the one where it has the giant alligator chasing you at the end. But I just kind of stopped because I really couldn't, and everything was so mediocre that I want to try some. I want to move on to something else. So as for now, what I still have kind of running through the brain is, once I'm no longer broke, I can move to a little bit of Gmod, actually. I'm sure me and the boys can come up with something pretty cool, pretty gamer. It's all just a matter of putting our heads together and thinking of something. Now, someone please give me a $10 Steam gift card. Thank you. But another thing, what I wanted to do, going more on that, was Freedom Planet 2. I've always heard stuff about Freedom Planet, you know, and obviously it would attract my attention because it's Sonic, but it's not a Sonic. It takes inspiration. I'm pretty sure it was originally a Sonic fan game. I really don't remember. But Freedom Planet 2's in the works, and that's something I really want to play when it comes out. So, you know, that'd be pretty cool. And lastly, probably do a bit more of SRB2 kart, because I have fun with it. Although there's one problem, is that I won't always remember to save replays of stuff that I might be able to add in and make it funny. And you know, I guess you could say that SRB2 kart is a way for me to hone my editing skills. And truthfully, that's what the dub is for too, is because I'm taking such short, small clips and I'm trying to sync it just right where everything just pops off and just it works so well. I want to make something that I am proud of. Everything up to this point, I am not proud of. You know, sometimes I've even thought of starting a new channel, like moving over to another account. I think that would just be pointless. 'Cause at least here, I'll have a chance again to get some fraction. So a fraction of being able to actually gather an audience that will willingly sit through videos like this, me just you know, bitching essentially. I mean, there's no other way you can put it. That's really what I am. People that'll really just watch the crap I put out there. That'll at least make me feel a little bit confident, at least for a social media standpoint. And I guess one thing that really I hate is that my art skill, or my lack of art skill. I mean, truthfully, I think it would look actually really good if I could figure out how to shade. And I don't mean that black and white crap, I mean actual full color shading. But I don't think I have the right resources or ability or skill to work on that. And there's and even still, there's so many things that I want to work on. There's so many things I want to do that I'm putting too much work onto myself to really say I want to start off with this and move on to this, and this afterward. So, at this point, I think I really need to get my head in the game and see where I can move forward with this channel, my social media presence. But most of all, my real life. This is not what I want to be remembered for. This is not. Heck, if it were up to me, I don't really necessarily want to be remembered. Form of a sad fate, I guess you could say. But truthfully, that's how I feel about it. I don't want anything behind my name. I just want to be some rando that can speak his mind openly and entertaining enough to grab a few people. But truthfully, I don't think that's me at this point. That's who I want to be, but that's someone I can't be due to the fact that god dang it. That's not really who I am, I guess. I don't know who I am anymore. Crawling in my skin. These wounds do not heal. Anyway, I'm gonna go listen to me some epic dank Linkin Park and 3 Days Grace. So yeah, okay, but in all serious, if you're one of the few mad lads that was able to sit through this entire video, then thank you. I really can't express how thankful I am for people like you to be around. I don't know. But this time I say it's time to really go soul searching. See ya.